Andy Burnham is the Police and Crime Commissioner for Greater Manchester. He's had 4 years to give us better policing. Has he done it?
It's worse than that. Don't forget, 4 years ago, Greater Manchester Police went into special measures, meaning they were failing, and the government had to take full responsibility and control of Greater Manchester Police. What's gone on the last couple of years? Well, it was only last week it was, Manchester Evening News. Serving police officer in uniform sexually abuses 6-year-old girl. We've also got a woman from a couple of years ago, 2 years ago, Zaina Iman. You need to check her out online. She's accusing a police officer in a Salford police station of raping her in the police cell. So has he fixed the police? He's not even fixed the dangerous police officers who are in the police. So we've got several issues with the police. The first one is there's far too many police officers who are incompetent, who never should be police officers. There's a small percentage of police officers who are criminals, who are perverts, who are rapists, who are child abusers. Because we've lowered the bar so much to allow anyone to join the police, we've got people now who are not fit to be police officers. And then you look at the general public now are getting to a stage where they despise the police because it looks like we've got a two-tier policing system now. So you can go on the streets and shout about kill the Jews and anything like that, you're fine, because there's different interpretations of from the river to the sea. And yes, there is. There's different interpretations to shouting jihad. Yes, there is. But if you're a white working class lad holding a Union Jack on the street, you'll be arrested for being a Nazi. So there's a two-tier policing now in our country, and that needs to stop. We've got, at the moment, since Andy Burnham's been in power now, 7 years. So in those 7 years, violent crimes increased, drug offences increased, and sex offences has increased. And roughly it's about 100% in all those cases have increased. That's in 7 years under this mayor, who's a police crime commissioner. So he hasn't done his job. And the reason why he's not done his job, he doesn't care about crime. It's not his priority. The first thing he did when he was elected as police crime commissioner, he gave that role to his deputy. So when anything goes wrong now, it's like, you need to speak to my deputy. I'm not responsible for crime. Well, he is. He's got a legal duty as a police crime commissioner, and he's failing. And I've started a whole campaign now about him being the Joker and I'm Batman, because that's what I feel it's like. You know, he's the Greater Manchester Gotham Joker, and we need Batman to come and sort him out. I mean, let's look at the last 2 days, Manchester Evening News. Yesterday, 3 people got stabbed at Berry Market. Today, someone got stabbed at Withenshaw bus station. On Sunday, a 16-year-old girl got beat up in Southern Cemetery. It's like, this is every day, several times a day. Violence is out of control. And we've got the police knocking on people's doors saying, you said a hurty word on Twitter. I don't care about Twitter. We think he might have a knife, but we've got no evidence, so we can't search him because he's black. Well, stop and search. Search everybody you think. Forget about being called racist. We need to do the easy stuff. We need to turn Greater Manchester Police back into a police force, not a police service. The police service is failing all of us.
So he hasn't improved policing. He is the Police and Crime Commissioner. If Nick Buckley, MBE, if you were the Mayor of Greater Manchester, how would you improve policing in the Greater Manchester environment?
Day one, I sit down with the Chief Constable and I say to him, you're either on board or I'm going to sack you. So he'll be on board. If he doesn't like my plan, he'll be gone. And I'll get someone who does like my plan. My plan's going to consist of ramping up stop and search to tackle knife crime and violent crime. I'll be looking at the recruitment process. I'll be increasing the physical fitness to be recruited as a police officer. I'm going to increase the written tests. We have people now who are police officers who can't speak English, can't write English, but because they're black or brown, they tick a box, and that's what we want. I don't care what colour you are, what religion you are. I want the best people for the job. I want the fittest people for the job so you can hammer criminals. It's going to lead to less women being recruited into Greater Manchester Police, but I don't care, because when you're being mugged on a Saturday night and you look up and see a police officer running towards you to save you, you want to see a 6'6" burly man running towards you, not a 4'7" 6-stone woman running towards you. That's not me being sexist, that's me being a realist. And the women I've spoken to say exactly the same thing. They don't want a 4-foot woman running towards them to rescue them. So we need to get back to recruiting the best people for the job. I'm going to be looking at promotions. We keep promoting the most woke officers. I'll be stopping that. We need to get rid of identity politics. On day one, I'll be disbanding the black officers group, the Muslim officers group, the LGBT officers group. There'll be no more identity politics in Greater Manchester Police. It all stops. They will have no say in management. They're just police officers. We won't be doing identity politics. I'll be going to all the different neighbourhoods and holding referendums in every neighbourhood across Greater Manchester, asking them, do you want more stop and search? If you say yes, you get it. If you say no, you don't get it. I want the parents in those communities to have the right to have their children stopped by the police more for carrying knives, so we can save their lives, not so we can have some race baiter or some so-called community leader saying, I demand this for this neighbourhood. Well, who are you? No one's voted for you. So let's have a vote in those neighbourhoods and let's get the proper policing we need. And my final point is about the grooming gangs. I'm going to be reviewing every grooming gang report in Greater Manchester. I'm not commissioning anymore because they all say the bloody same thing. I want to sit down with people like Maggie Oliver and I'm going to go through every grooming gang report. And if we can highlight any officer who failed in their duty, we'll be sacking them. They can take us to court. They may win unfair dismissal. I don't care. But that will send the message to the whole country that if you let our children be raped, you've got skin in the game and you're going to be sacked. So that's how I'm going to create a force in Greater Manchester.
I mean, that sounds absolutely fantastic. And you know, I think something like that would make a massive difference to the policing and crime levels in Greater Manchester. And I think would be welcomed by a lot of people in the country.
It'll be welcomed by the police officers. The police
Yeah.
officers I speak to are sick of this. They're sick of being laughed at. They're sick of not being able to hammer criminals. They're sick of being ridiculed all the time. They're also sick of being thrown under the bus by politicians. So
Yeah.
part of my job as mayor is that I'll be protecting the police. When the police officer breaks a law, they'll be sacked. But if they're doing their job, I will take responsibility. I'm not going to be like the London mayor who throws all his armed police officers under the bus because they shot a non-criminal who's known to be carrying guns. I'm not having that. I'll be sticking up for police officers because if we don't stick up for them, how do they do their job to keep us safe? If you like that video, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell and comment. And if you like what I'm saying about running for Mayor of Greater Manchester, then stick around. Tell your family, tell your friends. The only way I'm going to have a chance of winning is a grassroots movement. So be part of that movement and hit that bell. Thanks.